Obviously, I did not want to see Infinity voted out. I consider Infinity my final two in this game. But when the douchebag won immunity, it's kind of, out on a rope, like there was nowhere else to go.
So my thoughts on Infinity being voted out are, I don't know. I kind of knew it was going to happen. I really wanted to work with her, but she just didn't trust me and Rochelle, I'm like, dude, you have to, chill with trying to be so paranoid about calling us a threat and, a duo and, basically a power couple, and then trying to work with us. How you going to do that? You know better. You know that you can't come threaten the duo and then try to work your way in.
It's almost like after they turned on Ibarka, everything fell apart, because that's exactly what happened. You compromise, you get someone out on your team, and then everything falls apart, and the people who came into the merged minority, who were bonded by being in the minority, fight back at you.
Thank God, because I'm pretty sure it was going to be me next. Fuck them. I'm over them. They can go suck a dick. So, try to get me out. You didn't succeed. So sorry. So sad. I'm sorry. But, I really liked her. But talking about I came for her. Came for her how? I specifically said that I thought she was the leader. And it was going to be hard to get her out. And it wasn't that hard, actually, at the end.
Best case scenario, if Mike won immunity, is that Fan Guy would vote for us, or vote with us. We had been talking to Fan Guy since the merge, and he assured both myself and Infinity that he was with us to the end. He never actually told me his vote. Worst case scenario was Fan Guy votes for Infinity and Rochelle uses her switch a vote, which is what happened.
I hated voting for Infinity. I hated voting for Infinity. I would have hated voting for anyone, and to be completely candid, it hurt me more to vote Infinity than almost anyone else in the game on a personal level. I did enjoy her as a person a lot, and I think she's a cool cat. But I had to vote for her. I've really thought out the strategy aspect of this, and she was my best vote. She's the only person I think was working with Mike. She had her hands in, she was trying to start an all-girls alliance. She just had her hands in too many things. And so my personal feelings of actually liking her on an individual personal level were overridden by my threat from her as a game player. And I think she would have done the same to me.
Sucks though, because I really wanted it to be an all-girl, final three, and that was kind of in my plans. And I'm like, we could spin this, we could work this, but that wasn't in her plans. So our plans didn't really align, our games didn't align, and that's kind of how it happened. Sucks.
If only someone had suggested voting Rachel out with that advantage in her pocket. I don't know. What a concept. Maybe we could have used Ibarka as a decoy vote. Oh, wait, no. We can't possibly do that.
I thought it was going to be hard to get her out because I was like, she seems like she running shit. Isn't that a compliment? Fan Guy telling all my business. You didn't even fucking tell them right. Tell them what I really said. I said that she was fucking the leader, and it's probably really hard to vote her out. But at the end of the day, it wasn't so.
I don't know what is my best move when it comes to Mike. Everybody's going for him and nobody wants to work with him. He reached out to me and, said everybody has blocked him and is trying to work with me and Rachel. And I don't really know if that's the route we want to go because he's just so flip-floppy and, like, just doing too much. I can't trust people like that. You can't work with people like that all the time in the game because that'll get you killed, a.k.a. cut, a.k.a. voted off.
I could keep him as a shield, but first of all, it would be really obvious. Second of all, I want him out too. He is hella annoying. Even though I guess it's very entertaining for other people to watch, he's annoying.
After my fight with Mike, knowing that he wanted me out prior to the merge, my social game helped me there. He did inform me that I grew on him. I don't know if that's the truth. I can be pretty convincing when talking to people. That's where honesty comes into play. You don't have to give the full truth, but you have to give enough. You have to be honest enough to allow people to trust in you. And I'm glad I did, because some of these people playing this game are really cool cats. I'm halfway watching through all of Aspen's videos. That chick is cool as fuck. I really want to see her get on Real World. That would be awesome. Aspen, when you watch this, if they're not going to do that, go on something like Big Brother, girl. You got the talent. You have the social skills to be able to pull something like that off.
I'm in a good spot because I'm just right in the middle right now. I'm trying not to make anybody too mad, so hopefully it'll just, help me creep on through. Silent killer. But then secretly I'm pulling all the strings behind the scenes, so...
I choose Bobby Lee.
I don't know how I didn't get them, actually, because even though I was so young when those things came out, I actually did know a lot of them. I just didn't know a lot of the songs.
All of them were pretty quick to come to mind. You're basically looking at a word and automatically trying to think of the synonym of those words.
it was adios, adios, adios. And I'm like, bitch, I know Spanish. So I knew that shit was in sync.
Yo, so this immunity challenge, not gonna lie, I think it favored me and Dazed a lot based on our age. But that's okay because, you know, a lot of the other challenges favored other people for various things, you know? Like younger people are better at video games and stuff because their reflexes are faster.
I just keep doing almost so good, you know? Like, this is the second challenge in a row I got second place, and so it's like, I just need that win so bad. When am I gonna win a challenge? I'm getting thirsty for it, you know? Like, I hadn't got individual immunity at all. I definitely thought I was gonna be a front runner when it came to challenges, but not looking like it for the kid, so.
I don't like the way Mike behaved during the challenge at all. Big surprise. You know, he was acting like it was so hard. It was so poor, pitiful me. I'm so young. And then the dude gets 17 right. Like, come on, bro. Like, just stop. So it was actually one of my favorite challenges. Maybe it's because I won it, but it was one of my favorite challenges. I enjoyed it, and it played to my skill sets and my age. Like, I'm a pretty good linguist. I have a pretty extensive vocabulary. For having burned out so many brain cells over the years, and you know, my vernacular, if you will, is not bad. You never feel safe in this game, so as much as I would like to just say I didn't need it this vote because everyone's voting for Mike anyway, you just never really know. Like, anyone would be foolish not to want to bring Mike to maybe final 2 because he's played such a terrible game that no one would vote for him.
These people are awful. They are either awful people or they are awfully bad Survivor players. In the case of some of them, both. I cannot fathom voting for one of these people to win the game. None of these people deserve the win. Fangai is an asshole. Dazed is an asshole. Rachel and Aspen are both terrible players.
Hate him, tired of him. You can read his whole fucking novel on the forum that he made about literally everybody, and he's mad at everybody over absolutely nothing. Like, nothing in that fucking letter or whatever that he tried to fucking write made sense to anybody. Like, we're not here to become best friends, bitch. Period. So I'm over him. He's actually exhausting me. Like, look at my fucking eyes. I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired of him, and I'm tired of everyone else too, except for Aspen at this fucking point.
What's up, man?
Not much. Just got home, poured me a drink.
Nice.
I got a chance to watch a Real World audition tape. That was pretty sweet.
Nice. Thanks, man. Yeah.
My chat with Daze went really good. we have a genuine connection. I mean, we cool. He supports my YouTube channel, which is always dope. I love when I get a new fan, a new follower, a new subscriber. That is lit. I mean, that's like Christmas to me. So that we connected on instantly. He liked my content. I love when people tell me they like my content because I do it to inspire people. So I'm glad that that is what we connected on.
I mean, I don't have much else. I mean, I know you. I responded back to the question that you asked me. If you have any more questions, I mean, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I asked you. I guess I asked, were you willing to, so are you willing to vote off Mike? You know, like.
Yeah. In fact, I have an advantage, which it's not that great. It's just to block a vote, and I have to announce it at Tribal. So just to piss him off, I'm going to play it and block his vote, although it doesn't really matter.
Okay. All right. Nice. Okay.
So we got into a bit of an argument a while ago. He asked me what was up, and I told him, I was like, man, I can't give you this. I'm not going to. It doesn't benefit me in any way. And he just lit into me, called me a pussy. Said.
What?
He said, you are a revolting human being. You're one of the worst people I've ever met in my entire life. Fuck you and your stupid fucking cat.
Damn. Dude, at first, so look, I gotta be honest, dude. At first, you know, like, we kind of thought that this was all a big ploy and, like, you guys were, like, putting on this big grand act. And now I'm like, no, ain't no way. Especially after the message that he left last night, dude. Like, I mean, what was the fucking purpose in that long, extraordinary, drawn out, like, fucking 4-page letter that he posted last night?
So what I've gotten from him from the very beginning, like I think I've said this in a couple of Tribals, about how badly he talked about Ibarka in the first challenge that I played. So he just kind of, I didn't like him from the get-go. But he tried to apologize to me. But then I hear from Fanguy and Infinity that he's just as bad to them. And then we had that huge fight on Discord. And then he tried to get back in my good graces. I'm like, man, I can still talk to you. I don't hate you. To be fair, I kind of gave him a little hope just because he had been pissing me off.
Yeah.
And he came to me today asking me what was up. And I was like, I can't do this. He goes, dude, you're not making the optimal move. I'm like, for you. Not for me. And that's when he went off again, started calling me stupid. And then at the very end, he mentioned my cat. And I was like, no. And then he blocked me on Discord. I can't message him anymore. So
Wow.
he's just kind of a POS in my book.
I mean, but, like, to come for everybody and say, like, we ain't trying to play the game and, like, we wasn't trying to work with him, like, that's a flat out lie, dude. Like, I even responded to him trying to work with him, and, like, I don't know, he just was, like, super sketchy and didn't want to fucking, you know, say what was going on or, you know, nothing. I'm like, dude, I can't fucking work with you like that.
He thinks he's the best, probably at everything, and his plan didn't work out the way he thought it would. So I don't know if he's even going to show up for the tribal council. I hope he does, so that I can watch him as I use that advantage to take away his vote.
That'll be good. That'll be epic.
As far as gameplay goes, he's a straight up kind of guy, and I like that. You know, he gonna tell you how it is, and that's what he mean. And I mean, I pretty much already knew what it was going into it. So I mean, he told me who he was voting for, and it's either I can ride with him or I don't have to. It's up to me. I kind of am always been put in these situations where I feel like the vote is really up to me. So it's weird.
I've kind of assumed that you and Rochelle are pretty tight, kind of like myself and Infinity.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the majority vote right there. if I don't win immunity. So if that's what happened, it's cool with me. I ain't messed up about it.
Yeah, I guess honestly, the only thing I would say is I did plan on taking, Rachel with me she was my final two, and I don't know, things could change for sure.
I'm starting to plant some seeds there. If you don't know where Ibarka's voting, then if you're Rochelle or Aspen, then can you really take each other to the final two, or do you need one of those to be on the outside so that they will vote for you? It's tough. There's a lot of possibilities. Rochelle, is it Rochelle or Rachel?
Dude, I call her Rachel, but I don't know why everybody else calls her Rochelle.
Because it's RAH and then the CHEL.
I know. Dude, I don't know. I call her Rachel, but everybody else says Rochelle, and then like she don't correct nobody. So I'm like, well, what is it? I want to see how things get shaken up, because once he gets out, it's gonna just be us four left, and obviously some lines are gonna have to be drawn. People are gonna have to go their separate ways and figure out what's best for their game and who they want to sit next to, basically.
Yeah. I honestly couldn't tell you who my best option to sit next to is right now.
That's what I was gonna ask. Who do you think? Seriously, who could you see yourself sitting next to? Who could you see yourself winning against? What is your case? Like what you gonna plead for the jury?
I haven't considered all the options on what I'm gonna say. I'm trying to think of who's performed the best. But right now, I mean, the only vote I think I can 100% count on is Infinity.
Right.
So we get to final two, that leaves 5 votes, and we don't know if Ibarka is going to show up.
True. Yeah, we are on the fence about him. So I was wondering, do you think Mike would vote for you if you voted him out, or would it be more strategic for you to take him to the end with you because nobody will vote for him?
I mean, I've thought about that. First of all, I don't think it's possible for me to get him to the end. Because I'm pretty sure he's gone tonight. But I don't trust the dude. Like, he held out on even hinting that he might have had an idol. He's already told me he wanted me out pre-merge, so like I don't trust him not to cut me at like final 3. So I think my route to possibly win is to get there with either you or Fan Guy by my side. For me personally, at this point, I think that's the best shot I have at getting votes. And that's strictly based on challenges that have been won. For me, I know my vote is going to go to somebody who's been straight up with me. And then I think the social game has to be kind of good. I will look at the challenges, but these are all kind of, BS challenges.
Right.
I mean, it's hit or miss. You don't know who's really going to win any of them. Right. But that's another thing. Like, the reason I wanted to vote out Mike in the first place, like, I didn't want to vote for you in that first one. When you got voted out, I wanted to vote Ibarka out. What about you? I mean, have you thought about how you would decide who wins if you're not in the final 2?
Yeah, for sure. For me, it comes down to social game. Who played the best social game? Who was smart about it? Like, I'm definitely looking to see who made moves. Like, I want people to pitch me what moves they made in the game, what they had a part in, who they constructed getting voted out or whatever. Like, I mean, I feel like you need to sell me on why you should win. Like, what did you do to progress yourself and get yourself further, because to a certain extent, I could say, oh, either Rachel or Fan Guy were just riding on our other two coattails or whatever, but not saying that's the case, but I want everybody to have their own individual move. She might have won challenges, but I don't know what her social game is like, especially with other people. I don't know if she communicates with other people or not.
I mean, it was kind of hard to get a hold of her, but I mean, as for you, like, you and I haven't really talked until now, but I kind of blame most of that on me because I didn't even reach out to you. Yeah. So I can't fault you for that. I don't know. I think at least you, Rochelle, Fan Guy, Infinity, and myself, like, we all kind of intertwined there for a little bit. Like, I think there was discussions going on with everybody in every which direction. Right. So for me, like, as far as I'm concerned with the social game, I think everybody remaining is still kind of on. I think they're kind of equal. I think the only person who didn't really have a social game was Mike, or if he did, it was a shitty one. If you and Rochelle are not sitting in the final two together, would you expect to have her vote?
Honestly, we hadn't even talked about it. It's something that for sure needs to be talked about. But I mean, I guess I would kind of assume it.
Yeah, I definitely am considering how the jury votes are going to play out. I got to make sure it's in my favor. I got to make sure that I don't stab anybody in the back so they don't want to vote for me. And that includes days.
If I don't make the final two, I can just tell everybody what I will be voting for. What I respect in a game. So, I mean, just play hard. I mean, you're doing everything I would expect of somebody to come in and play this game. Show up for challenges, put forth the effort to make tribals and, even this chat, and be willing to talk, which the fact that you talked to me after I voted you out, I was surprised. And I respect that. So.
Well, I mean, I thought you were cool from the get-go. I knew that I wanted to give you a shot and try to work with you. Out of everybody, it seemed like we probably would hit it off more than, I don't know. I just got a weird feeling from Mike. As soon as I seen him, as soon as I heard him talk, and so even Infinity, that's why I was so sold on us for being a Final Four, and then things just didn't happen like that, So that kind of.
I mean, it's a game. It's a game. You can't have any. You can't take it personally.
But I was like, I don't really have anything to talk about because we all know what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, tonight. I think honestly, I have to think this is the easiest vote of the entire thing.
Yes, because I was like, why is he acting like a victim over nothing? I'm like, didn't you want all this to happen?
It's like, I'm sorry we voted out the person who told you that we were voting for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And told you to tip you to play your idol. I'm sorry that maybe we all viewed that person as a threat because they're clearly working with you to some extent.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I was like, why would she tell him that? Because even her reasoning didn't make sense to me. Because I'm like, if you didn't tell him, then he wouldn't have used it.
Right. I think she was working. Because even Daze was asking me, he's like, dude, why'd you vote for Infinity? I was like, well, I'm not voting for Aspen or Rochelle. I'm closer to you than I am to Infinity. And I feel like Infinity has her hands in so many different alliances. Like, she wants to be tight with everyone. And I just don't know where her head's actually at. I'm sure she told everyone she was working with them. And when somebody does that, I just...
yes, that's what I was saying. Because she was talking to me, talking about, me and Aspen and her need to be a group because we're all girls and we need to do a girl thing. But I was like, you wanted to vote me out 2 days ago.
Right.
So I'm like, you're lying to me.
She did try to vote you out 2 days ago. She tried to vote you out 2 days ago.
Exactly. I know. So I was like, why are you don't gotta lie to me. It's fine.
Right, it's a game. It's a game. We know
Yeah,
it's a
I
game.
don't care. Yeah, because I was like, if you vote me out, okay, well, now I can just go to sleep at 10 o'clock. Like I was supposed to do. Yeah, I'm fucking tired.
I couldn't tell who she was being upfront with, like at all.
Mhm. Well, I thought it was just Days.
I mean, clearly she was working with Mike too. She told me she wanted to
Yeah.
work with me. She told you she wanted to work with you and Aspen. So I mean, like,
Exactly.
apparently she's trying to work with everyone.
Yeah.
I get that to a degree, but when you tell Mike that we're all voting for him and he plays his idol, and that could send any one of us home,
Exactly.
sorry, not sorry. I like
Yeah.
you as a person, but like,
I don't trust her.
it ain't show
not in
friends, it's
this.
show business.
Exactly. It made me think because he called her out on the thread thing. Like he was like, the reason why I knew that you guys were gonna vote me out is because of Infinity. So I was like,
Well, way to put
maybe.
your only ally on blast, buddy.
Yeah. So
Way
I was
to-
like,
way to
are
just-
they really allies or not?
They had
I
to
don't
be if
even
she
know.
told him. And then did you read his long ass manifesto?
Yes.
He's
So
like,
I was
and then y'all vote out the only person with any integrity in the game. And I'm like, yo, bro. Like,
no, he's so ridiculous. Like I hope he comes on at 11. Like I will literally talk to him to his
there's
face.
just no way. He knows everybody hates him. Like, he knows it.
And
Right.
he's like, you guys are not playing the way you're supposed to be playing. You're awful players. And you didn't even try to get to know me. I was like, what? But
I
and
did.
then
He's a Detroit Lions fan. He lives in Detroit. He's going to law school.
yeah, but he
I
even
got to know
told
him a
me-
little.
He was like, oh, you're just trying to know random facts about me. I was like, that's me getting to know you.
How else do you
I
get to know
thought-
somebody?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what?
What do you want me to find out about you, bud? Like, what do you like?
Yeah, exactly. And then he was talking about, oh, I just feel like you and Aspen are the only ones worthy to like actually win this game. So we need to be in an alliance. I was like, I don't want to be in an alliance with someone who lies to me to my face. I'm like, I know you try to vote me out multiple times.
He threatened me. He's like, vote dazed. Like the day he played his idol, he's like, vote dazed
Mhm.
tonight. And I'm like, why? No one else is voting dazed. Why am I going to throw a vote at someone and just make myself look like a dick
Mm-hmm.
if I know they're not getting voted out?
Exactly.
Like, if you want to tell me you have an idol and that's your plan, well, hey, we can talk strategy. But if you're not
Yeah.
going to come out with that info, then why the am I going to vote dazed? That's just silly.
He just hates him for some reason. I don't know why. I still don't get why they hate each other to this day.
I thought it was kind of for show at first, but
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
starting to
they
think it's
have to
not.
be playing.
like, I thought it was for show at first because they were trying to make it entertaining, but
Yeah,
I don't think it is. I think they really don't like each other.
I know, because I was like, you can't fake that, at least
No.
not for that long. Because
Not the stuff that
he-
Dazed wrote today to that manifesto either. Like, there's just
Yeah.
no way.
and his whole profile picture is him having a dirty napkin he found in the trash.
It was Taco
he
Bell.
wrote his-
We talked about it. It was the used Taco Bell napkin.
And he wrote it and made it his profile picture. Him voting him out. I'm either gonna do really well in the challenges or really bad. That's all the time it happens to me.
So
I don't
you
know
just think
why.
you're going to be like hit or miss?
Yeah, I'm never gonna be in the middle. I'm either gonna be the last one or the first one. Either one.
And sure enough, I think you've held to that pretty well. Like, you've either won or not done well. Like, in
I
every-
know. I don't know where it comes from. I'm
You're like Ricky Bobby. You're first or last. If you ain't if you ain't first, you're
I don't
last.
do the middle. I don't do the middle. It's okay.
I can't stand them. I can't stand them. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. They spent the entire game treating me like garbage or ignoring me. One of the two. So, screw them all, honestly. I don't want to vote for any of them as a jury member. The thought of it just turns my stomach, honestly, that someone's going to win. So one of those people's going to win. That's just gross to me. None of them deserve it. None of them deserve it. I don't think anything that happens from this point onward will change my mind. At this point, my vote's just gonna go to Aspen, because she's the only person who didn't kick me while I was down on my final words post.
I think we all kind of pity Mike a little bit. I don't think anybody really dislikes him. We just kind of feel bad for his world outlook. And yeah, it's just when someone's so condescending and they delude themselves, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. No, he's the target.
He's not an easy target, and he's not the most dangerous. I just don't like him. That period. Period, poop. I hate him. He's fucking irritating. Well, I don't want to say hate. I don't even know him. But he's fucking irritating. I cannot stand him. He needs to go.
I think there's a small chance they vote Days because they think he's a bigger threat, but they really hate me. Maybe unless they all want to bring me to the end as a GOAT because I'm not winning anymore.
At least, in my eyes, he is the target. That may or may not be the truth. The people have been fishing around, okay? I think that Fan Guy, Rochelle, and Aspen, none of them are solidified as a final three, and they're trying to figure out what is going on. I think that Mike is a secure vote out, but that they could possibly take Mike because they know nobody's going to vote for him. There might be a chance that I go home.
They might consider voting Dazed out for their own selfish reasons, but I highly doubt it, because I've come very close to winning every challenge if I didn't win it outright.
While we're at it, though, I need to clarify something. Is it Rachel or is it Rochelle?
Oh, I mean, I really don't be giving a shit, but it's Rochelle.
Okay.
Because everyone sees my name and they always be like, Rachel, but there's an extra H, and I be like, you can call me Rachel. I don't care. It's fine.
Sorry, Aspen, that's been eating at me for like the past 30 minutes trying to figure it out.
Okay.
No, everyone does that.
I mean, I've been saying Rochelle, hoping people would catch on.
Yeah, 'cause even if people say it, they don't even hear it. They're like, "What is he talking about?" I'm like, "It's fine. I don't care."
I thought he just was saying it wrong and you weren't correcting him.
No, I just don't care.
Oh, man.
It happens my whole life. I'm like, I'd rather just be Rachel at this fucking point.
Yeah, that's funny.
Let me legally
I feel
change
you
my
though.
name.
So, Days, this question is for you because it has been pointed out by a few people. Do you think Rochelle and Aspen are a duo that are dangerous right now?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think they're tight. You know, like I think that everybody thought me and Infinity were tight. So, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit them and say that I don't think they're working together. But of course, I've got to think that.
So, Aspen, what are your thoughts on
that? I guess I'm wondering why everybody thinks me and Rochelle are a duo. You know, like what?
Yeah, I
what
never understood that.
Did y'all think me and Infinity were a duo?
Not really. I mean,
Right.
I just thought everyone was like, because you're on Team Yahoo and we were on Team AOL, I thought you guys were just like working together, but not
right. I just
close.
thought everybody was clicked up. Yeah.
Like high school.
No. Yeah, let me say it's hard to work with Team Yahoo when you have a mic on that team.
I mean, I believe you.
Yeah.
Shit. I was working with him and I was tired.
He's just that arrogant piece of shit. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. I don't like the dude. So there's a lot of bad things with having Mike on your team.
Rochelle, what were your interactions with Mike like so far in this game?
I mean, well, I tried to get to know him, I guess. Well, he texted me first. And then he wrote in his long letter dissertation that learning random facts about him is not really getting to know him enough. And that he wanted to vote me out like multiple times, but now he wants me to be in the final 3 with him. I was like, Mike, you shut up, okay? I don't want to hear what you're trying to say right now. I'm over him. He need to leave yesterday, 3 weeks ago, to be honest with you. I'm over
That's part of
it.
the game.
Yeah.
Aspen, how about you?
Yeah, like she said, like in his letter, his final thoughts, he talks about how like we didn't try to get to know him and stuff, and it's like, I mean, we only can do so much, you know, like you gotta put
Exactly.
forth effort too, and like, I mean, honestly, what's funny is I can go back and recall the last message he wrote me before he got immunity and was trying to work with people. The message just said, vote for Days. Okay, thanks, bye. And it's like, just don't come tell me who to
Oh
vote
my
for
God.
and be like that, you know? Like, that's when him and Days had that whole fight going on or whatever, you know? I just didn't like that. I didn't like how he tried to do that and then gonna try to say, like, we ain't trying to play the game. Like, we playing the game better than you, and that's why we still here, and that's why you're about to
Exactly.
go home.
I will say he isolated himself. I mean, even
Right, saying that we
even
isolated him out.
Mm-hmm.
Aspen and myself talked after I voted her out.
Right.
And like that's when I actually got to know her, like found out how dope she is and all that.
Thank
I mean, no, I'm serious. Like that YouTube channel is pretty lit. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm still working my way through it. But like and that's all it takes. It takes genuine effort to reach out to people and have an honest discussion, and nothing about him is honest.
Well, last time you all tried to vote out Mike, there was an advantage at play. Is there any worries about that tonight? Rochelle?
This time he gotta go. It's been set. His time is tonight. This is his last day.
Yeah.
And he never coming back. Hopefully, shit. Please don't.
I don't think he has any more advantages.
Right.
Exactly. I'm like,
I think
he
we've
don't have
worked
any
out
more.
who has all of them, and I don't think he's one of those.
I mean, he even said himself, he was like, yeah, I know this is going to be my last day and I want to have my word. So I need to say this. And that's when he wrote his dissertation. So I was like, I guess he knows.
Dissertation.
Yes.
I know. I'm dead
was
after
like,
calling it that.
What? It's true. I'm like, if you want to write it, then at least you know. At least he's aware.
I'm taking away his
In
vote
one
tonight,
day?
so he has no vote.
Is that
Well,
official?
Yeah.
Rochelle, I know you don't know this. Yes, that is official. Jeff, I am using my advantage tonight to block one of the votes, and the player's vote that I am blocking is Mike.
Dazed, Aspen had mentioned that you started the game a couple days later because you were on the board of the band. Are you surprised you're still in the game right now?
After knowing that one of the original members in my team wanted me out pre-merge, yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm not the perfect player. I'm not the best at challenges, but I'm willing to talk to people.
Rochelle, how about you? Are you surprised you're still in the game? Why or why not?
I was kind of surprised only because I either do really well in the challenges or I'm like dead last. As you saw,
She's like 12,000 points or I got 0. There's only one way or the other.
Exactly. I'm never in the middle. So I was like, I am not going to make it because clearly am only like a win or a lose person. I'm never like.
Aspen, Team AOL came into the merge, the underdogs really, from the numbers. Do you think it turned around when you came back from the board of the band?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I honestly, I didn't think I would be here. I thought I was the next vote after, I was able to come back in. I for sure thought I was gonna just be the easiest next vote off, but like Dave said, things could change in a second. It just takes one conversation, sparking up the conversation with one person to change their mind to, get the vote off of you and on to somebody else. And I think that's how I was able to, stay and not have the vote be on me for so long. But for sure, once I came back from Board of the Bands, and it was nice to know that my team missed me, and it's kind of cool. They still were interested in working with me, and even Dave's reached out to me. I thought for sure that he would write me off, considering that he voted me off and straight up even used his advantage to get me out. So knowing that we could come back and work with each other after that was very, very triumphant, and it did a lot for my gameplay because it opened up a lot of options for me as far as being able to get further and to be here right now.
So after saying all that, I guess I'll ask Days first. What do you think is the most important aspect of this game? Social, strategy, competitions?
Aspen and I kind of discussed this in our chat, and they're all tied in to one. As it stands right now, like there's not a huge discrepancy in the amount of wins between each player in this game. As far as social game goes, I think everybody in the final five, with the exception of Mr. Trash, has had a relatively good social game. I think we've all been kind of talking to one another, trying to figure things out. So for me personally, is that honesty or just owning up to your moves in the game is what's important to me.
Rochelle, what do you think has been your best part of your game? Social, strategic, or the competitions?
I want to say all of them, because I feel like if I didn't win some of them, I would have been gone.
Yeah.
Probably 2 weeks ago.
Aspen?
Yeah, so for me, I feel like since coming back into the game, for sure my social game has been the strongest, like just taking every opportunity and trying to use it to my advantage, and just making real genuine connections with people. Like I have a real genuine connection with these people, and I shared something that was personal for me and kind of outside of the game, and so it was cool to connect with them on that level. And so I feel like that's kind of what kept me in the game, is being able to have a different connection with everybody.
Rochelle, what are your thoughts on Fan Guy's game so far?
I think it's good. I mean, I don't really have that much comments on it, because I mean, he made it this far like all of us, so he must be doing something right. We all must be doing something right, clearly.
Aspen?
Yeah, I respect Fan Guy's gameplay. He is lying under the radar. He ain't really been on the chopping block, so
must be
I
nice.
think, yeah, I know, right? I think out of all of us, he is the only one that has not yet been threatened to be voted off. Or I know all three of us have been on the chopping block.
It's for everybody, but I'll start with Days, and it's probably obvious. What's behind tonight's vote?
Dislike, distrust, a severe hate for
Oh my god.
assholes. Come on, don't insult my cat. Seriously, that's just fucked up. But
Not
I
with
mean, he tried to persuade me. Like I told him about my advantage just to like poke at him, knowing that I wasn't going to use it to enhance his game. And when he started breaking down into more rants about my stupidity and lack of game awareness and whatnot, he secured my vote for him.
Rochelle, what's behind your vote tonight?
I mean, let me think about it. It's Mike. So I just I just don't want him here anymore. Like his energy is pissing me off. So
Yeah,
he got to go.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet and simple.
Exactly.
You know, like he is not good for my gameplay, and so it wouldn't be smart for me not to vote him out. If I don't, he gonna come for me. It's either him or me.
Rochelle, what was your first thought when you saw his long thing this morning?
His dissertation, yeah, I was just like, I'm really tired of this man. Like, I was like, how did he find the time to even write it? I really didn't understand. And then he came for everybody. So I'm like, now you have to leave because no one likes you. And you just made it clear that we can't like you.
Yeah,
like, why
you just
did you make yourself the villain?
shot. Seriously.
Yeah, so I had to write it back. I was like, why you wasting everybody's time? I don't understand. Like, you gonna cry about it or something? Because I'm not even a bully. I like to think of myself as nice, okay? But I was like, you making it seem like everyone is out to get you when you made yourself the villain. Now we don't like you, and now you're upset about it. I don't get it.
Rochelle, you're not making the optimal move in this game. At least that's what he tells me.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
I'm like, no, not optimal for you, but optimal for me.
Smell you later, turd nugget.
So who I'm voting for is Mike.
My vote is for Mike, and I think we all know why.
So tonight I will not be selling my soul to the devil. And I will be voting for Trash himself, aka Mike.